now 3 in a row in the flyweight division since moving up to flyweight, and probably should have won a performance bonus as well. But you know how those things go. You can't have 9 like you had in London. So what's her bonus? She gets to be on the show and talk to all of us. Without further ado, let's go to Mexico and say hello to Alexa Grasso. There she is. Alexa, how are you?
Hi, Ariel. How are you?
¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Muy bien. I think this is the first time that you're on the show here. Is this true?
Yeah, this is the first time.
Wow, what an honor for us. Thank you so much.
No, what an honor for me. Finally.
Yes, finally. Well, congratulations on the win. Congratulations on 3 in a row. Because it was a win over someone like Joanne Calderwood, who I understand you really admired and have a lot of respect for, because it was a submission, does this rank as maybe your favorite win so far?
Yes, of course. I think I haven't seen the new rankings, but I hope that I'm up right now. And yes, I think this is the higher I've been. She's a girl with a lot of experience. She has a lot of fights more than me. And of course, winning my first fight, first round, first submission, it means the world to me.
I saw you wrote something about Joanne on your Instagram. Why do you have so much respect for her?
Because I remember that when I made my debut at Invicta FC, I had to fight against a girl named Ashley. And, when you are going to fight against someone, I don't know if everyone, but me, I like to watch all the fights that they have. So one of those fights was against Jojo. And that's when I met her. And it's like, wow, she has a crispy striking and elbows and kicking. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try to use that. I want to be like that. So, yeah, she's someone I've been looking for so long time. And I've been watching all her fights. I saw when she moved from 15 to 125. And, to fight with her means a lot.
Did you have a chance to tell her this before the fight?
No, not. But we a few times we had like a little time together. Like, hey, I say thank you for the fight. That was a pleasure. Thank you. Just little things. I always try to be. I know that we're gonna fight, and most girls do not like to be. How can I say it? Too close.
Right.
But I don't care, we're not enemies. I'm not enemy of any of my opponents. All the opposite. I'm thankful with all of them because they push me to be better. They push me to be stronger, and to put limits, it's not a good thing. So they are doing that.
When you were kind of thinking of the fight and game planning and seeing how it would play out in your mind, did you think that a submission would be possible?
I wanted that because, like I said, she's a good striker. She has more experience. And of course that I know of, I love striking fights. I do. But I knew also that fight could go, with elbows. She caught me with that elbow. Actually, I have this side of my face with pain. But it was the opportunity. I knew that if, striking was not working, which it was, but that elbow got me. I was waiting for the elbow this side because she was doing the spinning and the elbow was like this. But she changed it and she did it like this, this angle. And that changed everything because I was waiting here trying to counter that, but it was another angle. So it changed the way I was expecting to respond. And I just saw the opportunity and said, okay, let's try it, Why not? Why not try to do this? I made that technique a lot of times and it worked.
What was the feeling like when you felt her tap?
I was like, oh my God, I am doing this finally, because when you're in training, you visualize that, like I want to do this and this and this, but when it's happening in the fight, it's like, oh my God, I'm achieving everything I've been working.
When you were fighting at 115, how difficult was it for you to get to that weight?
At the beginning of my career, it was not difficult because I had not much muscles. But as I was getting older, it started to be, difficult. When I started when I had 25, 26, I felt like my body changed and it changed a lot. So it was pretty difficult by that time. But now I feel good. I feel amazing. And this is the third time I do this experiment on myself, that I'm not exposing myself a lot to heat. I'm not using a lot of dehydration.
Yeah, yeah.
And it feels good. I know that I've been smaller than my three last opponents, a lot smaller, but I feel so good because I read also that bodies are not meant to be on heat. It's not good for the head. It's not good for the heart, the muscles. They are not meant to do on the heat. So I just hope that this can help a lot of girls that are starting or that are already having issues with their cuts. Sometimes if you change your division, it's good. And this sport is evolving, and I hope that we all girls can do something to be healthier and happier and better in our fight week, in all the camp and the fights.
So when you say no heat, you mean like saunas and things like that? You don't do that anymore?
Not much. No, I just train with sweet sweat. I train, and as I'm drinking a lot of water and I'm eating, I'm sweating a lot.
Wow.
I just did like 3 baths, but so smooth. Nothing like, not the hot room, just the tub. Not too hot also, and I was sweating and sweating and sweating because I was not stressed too. So that helps your body sweat more.
How much do you attribute your performances in your last 3 fights, because you've looked great in all 3 of them, to this, decision to not expose yourself to heat, to not cut, to not dehydrate? Do you feel like there's, like a perfect correlation between how you're feeling in the build up to the fight and then of course on the night to, not having to cut all that weight?
I think it helps a lot because all my camp, I wasn't the same weight. No, it was not like the last 115 fights because I was big, then was small, and then big and bloated, and, with stomach issues and all those things. Now, no, I keep eating all the week. I have a J on my weight cut man from Lohar and Lay that they are feeding me, and I can eat all the day, and it feels amazing. I think that's the most important week, and it's not good that you have to put low calories and low water. I don't think that's good. Well, I've seen on myself.
Right. I remember when it was February of 2015, there was an Invicta show in Los Angeles the night before Ronda versus Kat Zingano. And you were featured on it. I'm pretty sure Irene Aldana was featured on it as well. And it felt like, and then I think you took a picture with Dana White in the back. They came to check it out, right? Because it was in Los Angeles. Maybe Lorenzo was there too. And everyone thought like, oh, Alexa Irene, they're going to go to the UFC. Finally, they have, Mexican stars, female stars. It's going to be great. And I think there was a lot of pressure put on you to be that kind of next face and be like, the face of Mexican MMA for at least women's MMA. In retrospect, that was 7 years ago, amazingly. Did you feel that pressure? And if you did it get to you at any point?
I can't. I remember those days, and they were amazing. And of course, it was pressure. I was so young. It was a lot of media, a lot of lights. Being in the UFC, in Big Ten, UFC are so different. Invicta is like like home. Everyone's a girl in there. And when you make the change to UFC, it's big. It's a big company, big in all aspects. So yeah, but I'm happy that since the start of my career, I had been on those challenges. My second fight was a co-main event too with a high prospect. And yeah, well, maybe it was not the beginning I wanted. I wish I could have done better. But I am proud of myself because I handled those situations. And now, because of all those experiences, now I'm having 2 co-main events in a row, doing perfectly. And I'm so happy of all the path I've been having.
If you could tell that young woman something, give her some advice 7 years ago, knowing how, this would play out or what was to come, what do you think you would tell the younger version of yourself?
Just, face everything, do it the best as you can, give it 3 times more than you can, and be focused all the time. I'm a very disciplined person. I love to do everything perfect. Everything I like to have everything on point, and I think that's the key. Try to also enjoy.
Mm.
Maybe that's a good advice too, because sometimes trying to do everything too perfect gives you a lot of pressure on yourself. You are angry with yourself because sometimes you can't. So yeah, I think that's another key. Try to enjoy more. Of course, to be focused, but try to enjoy a little bit more, and just whatever it comes, just say yes. I'm gonna do it.
So in the early days, would it be fair to say that you didn't like smell the roses enough? You didn't enjoy the journey?
No, I did. But like I said, I wanted to do perfect. I wanted to do everything like so perfect that I was stressed on myself. Like, damn, why didn't work my way? Why, trying to say like, why? Instead of, okay, doesn't matter. You enjoy it. You did it good. Instead of, say bad things to yourself, just tell you like, hey, you did your best. You are gonna do better next time.
Are you still with the same gyms? I'm pretty sure you're the same team that you were back then.
Yes, I still work with the same team. I know that a lot of people, when I had some lust, they told me like, hey, you change your gym, blah blah blah. But I love my team. It's also my uncle. I can't do that.
Did you ever feel?
Them,
Did you ever feel the pressure to leave, or did anyone try to ever convince you to leave? I respect the fact that you have stuck with him and it's family, so it makes it a little trickier. But did you ever feel that pull to leave?
Not much. He allows me to go to other gyms, and I've been in other gyms. Of course, he's like, "Hey, tell me, how was it? What did you learn? How was that? Who's the coach?" And I was like, "No, everything is good." But the thing that he allows me to go and try, to try other gyms, to meet other people, it's good, because it's like, okay, it's nice, but I want to go back to my gym.
And is your father still involved in your career?
Yes, he is. But now we have a little sister, so he's a little busy right now with her.
Meaning like a baby?
Yes.
How old is she?
I think she's 3.
She's 3. Wow. Good for your dad.
Yeah, she just birthed. Yeah, I remember that. It was a few weeks ago, I think 3.
Okay. And
she's
so
very young.
Yeah. Wow. I wasn't
starting to train too.
Really? That is impressive. Because I remember your dad would travel to your fights and whatnot. Does he not do that?
No. Like, he's a little busy. A little kid gives a lot of attention. Well, needs a lot of attention.
Sure. I was reading on your bio on UFC.com, and I think you wrote this like before you entered the UFC, and it said that you were at the time still studying for a degree in physical culture and sports. Did you ever get that degree?
No, I had to leave 1 year before finish, because it was when I had my contract for my UFC debut at Mexico City, and I had to travel, because of the elevation. We have to go like 1 month and a little bit more. And I was like, oh, well, what can I do? It was like to leave to Mexico and leave the school. And I said, okay, I'm going to do it. But I have like, a paper that says that I almost finished it.
Okay. What is physical culture and sports? Like, what is that? Like, what would that ultimately lead to?
Okay. It's about everything of the human body, how it works, what is the composition, the bones, everything that it's inside, nutrition, like exercise, how can I say it? Methods?
Okay.
Methods?
Yeah. Methods.
Yeah, hydration, sociology.
Okay, yeah.
Biology, a lot of everything that's involved with the human body, and what an athlete needs to perform at the best.
Okay.
Or you can be like normal person, an athlete, or just because of you need it because of health. So those are the 3 most important things, and everything about all the sports, the rules, the places, how many players, everything about the most popular sports. That's basically.
So when your career's over in many, many, many years, do you want to be working in this field?
Yes, of course. Well, I have the vision. I love to teach, but for girls, I think as being a pioneer of Mexican MMA, I feel that I can do a lot for the new girls that are starting. I can see that in my gym we have a lot of little girls that are starting their careers, and they say like, "Hey, I want to be like you. You're my inspiration," and they are so good right now. I watch them training, and now they are competing, and like, oh my god, those like little me,
Yeah.
and it feels good. So maybe when I'm retired, I would like to teach, girls. Maybe not to fight, but this experience about fighting, about putting goals, about just try it.
Have you seen a big difference, like more people training, more young kids training since when you started with, Tough Mexico, all that stuff? Have you now seen, there's Brandon Moreno, there's Kane, Yair Rodriguez. The sport has come a long way, and there's now faces that people can attach at the top of the game. Young kids can look up to you. Have you seen a change in the interest that it's not just boxing in Mexico now? There are young kids who want to be MMA fighters too, or at least train in MMA?
Yes, I've seen it. Even in tournaments, we have a few tournaments here in Mexico, and there are kids like so small. They are competing. They are girls. Now the white belts are a lot of white belts, the blue belts. It's growing so fast. And also we have MMA tournaments in Mexico City. And we also had a few weeks ago here in Guadalajara, an MMA tournament for amateurs, for teenagers. And I'm glad because of the parents are starting to see that this sport gives your kids also, discipline. And it's good. It's growing so fast.
By the way, when you were growing up, were you a fan of Lucha Libre as well?
I used to watch on TV, and when I was in the school in the university, they made a class of that. They took us to the Lucha Libre, and it's cool, it's nice. And in Mexico City, I came to watch Cain Velasquez too, and it's hard, they are hard on that. I know that maybe they practice everything before, but oh my god, it's cool.
It's cool, yeah. Actually, I'm big in the Lucha Libre world. They call me El Nariz.
You like El Nariz, yeah.
Yes. Some people say La Nariz, but I say El Nariz, just for the record.
El Nariz, yeah. El Nariz is
Thank
okay.
you. Our next guest is actually George St. Pierre, and I read that you said you don't have any heroes, but you respect. He's your favorite. Look at your eyes; they just opened up. Is that true? And why George?
I can tell that I have a lot of people who inspired me, but Gina Carano, it was like, oh my God, I want to be like that. I want to be this mix of beauty and power, that's something I wanted. But George St. Pierre is someone, that the respect, the discipline. I had his book too. I read it. With all my respect, I want to be like that. I also used to fight with my gi. I don't know if you remember that. Because of that, because he's someone I admire so much. And I want to be like that on the sports for Mexico and for the women.
Have you ever met him?
No, never.
Oh,
I just, follow his pages and that, his exercises too. Yes. I practice them too. Yeah. But
he's crazy.
He's
ice bath. He's in like the freezing cold and he's going in the ice bath. You see that?
I know. That's so crazy.
He's a crazy guy. The opposite. Have you ever met Gina Carano? Did you ever get a chance to tell her that?
No, not either. No.
Okay. Well, one of these days, hopefully you get to meet these people.
Hopefully. Yeah.
How far away do you think you are from being in the title picture? Because the thing with 125 is there's not that many people that Valentina hasn't fought at 125. So in your mind, how far away do you think you are?
I hope not too far. I am training so hard, sharpening my technique in all my areas, as you can see and I've shown. No, I don't trust now just in my hand and my kicks. Now I'm using my wrestling. Now I'm using my jiu-jitsu, and I think that's the only way to be on the top. To keep facing good challenges. And I hope that I'm closer every day.
So what do you think? Like one more fight? In your mind, what are you thinking?
I hope so. Yeah, well, maybe, I don't know. Because I've seen that in the flyweight division, most of the girls that are having the opportunity to fight for the title, they have 4 wins in a row. So maybe, I think, I don't know. I hope so.
Okay.
But maybe one more. And I'm just waiting to to talk with my matchmaker to see what's next.
And you feel like you're ready for her?
Yes, of course. I mean, I have a lot of experience like her, but I'm working so hard, and I've seen, Brandon Moreno taught us that when you work hard, when you have a vision, when you have, everything that when you're doing everything that it requires to be there, you can achieve it. So I'm believing in myself. I'm working so damn hard to be ready for facing Valentina. I respect her so much, and it will be an honor to face her.
So, like, let's say Tyla can't fight. They call you. You say yes.
Of course, yes. Of course, why not? Opportunities are like that. You have to be ready. And since I'm not injured, I'm going back to the gym, just to be ready, because like you said, it could happen. We don't know. It could happen.
Yes. What a story that would be. Well, I'm very happy for you. It's great to see you evolve into the fighter that you've become, a well-rounded mixed martial artist. You're not just a striker. Obviously, striking is the backbone of your game and extremely impressive, and that has improved. But to see you do what you did on Saturday as well, very impressive. So keep it up. Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you so much.
And great to have you on the show for the first time. We'll do it again soon.
It was great. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Okay. Talk to you soon. All the best. Congrats. Gracias.
Bye.
There she is. Alexa Grasso, who I think would be a great lucha libre competitor as well.